There's a lot of confusion about portable power stations. So in this video today, we're gonna go and deep dive into this. And there's really only 3 categories of portable power station users. And as long as you figure out which category you're in, I'm gonna show you guys how to save a bunch of money based on that.
Don't overspend. Watch this video so you can save your money.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I got quite a few portable power stations behind me. And in this video, I'm really gonna go ahead and deep dive into these. I'm gonna show you some of the different features and what they offer, how they interact with portable solar panels, and most importantly, I'll help you make a better decision. So if you like this kind of content and you wanna learn more about portable power stations, do not forget to go ahead and consider subscribing to this channel. And while you're watching this video, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you learned something new. And I'll leave you guys links to anything that I talk about during the course of this video in the video description box down below. So I'm definitely excited to go ahead and turn the camera around and show you guys the units, show you guys how you can go ahead and save money and some hacks that you should think about.
My dad really knows a lot about portable power stations because he's always using them.
And the reason I am making this video is so I can help you avoid making the wrong decisions. When I first started playing with portable power stations, there were so many features advertised. And after testing them, I soon realized some of these features are actually going to go and damage my electronics. So I want to help you avoid these features, and I want to help you make the right decision.
Like many people, you probably have questions, but don't worry, my dad will answer for you.
So I can help you make a decision on which category you're in, and then you can find the best portable power station for yourself. As I have mentioned, there's only 3 categories of power station users. So as you're watching the video, you want to try to figure out which one you are. So the very first category is going to be the goers. These are people that like to go on road trips, they like to go camping. So portability is key here. And the watt hour capacity of the unit is important. It's just not as important because they normally don't use it for days or weeks on end. And the goers do really benefit from nice features such as wireless charging and fast charging. The second category is going to be the DIY home backup power solution seeker. And that's the category that I'm in. And people in this category really need something that's at least 2,000 watt hours with the option of upgrading your storage in the future. As when the electricity goes out, you can easily run through a 1,000 watt hour unit. And people in this category will really benefit from a nice Wi-Fi application that'll allow them access 24/7 anywhere in the world. And if it has an auto reset function. And third, we have the vehicle bound users. Now these are people that spend a lot of time on the road. So DC power is very important here. And people in this category should really optimize their vehicle charging needs, as your regular cigarette lighter plug is not going to be sufficient. So you might look at solar or a dedicated car charger. Now there's a few power stations that actually come with chargers. Others are charging over $300, and then you have to learn how to configure it. So hopefully you got an idea in what category you're in. At the end of the video, make sure you guys check the notes, and I'll give you guys a few recommendations. Before we talk about the 3 categories of users and which unit might be right for them, let's go ahead and cover some of the subcategories that can actually affect this. One of the most important factors of a portable power station is going to be portability. For me, this is essentially number 1, as if I can't carry it, it's not really portable. So each of the units that I am going to be recommending to you guys and listing the video description box down below with the full review video is going to go and weigh from 22 pounds all the way up to 65 pounds. And they can be carried with a single handle or a dual handle system. And some of the units will have internal charging bricks, and others will have external charging bricks. And now this can make a big difference on the total weight. So make sure you guys find out which kind of charging brick your power station has before you buy. These are 2 different charging cords, and the one on the left here is the one I actually prefer. However, the one on the right has its benefit, but it's pretty bulky, and some of the units actually come with 2 of these. the two power bricks together can charge at 1,000 watts total, versus the one on the left, which can charge up to 1,500 watts if the portable power station supports it. So this is very important depending on which category of user you are. This is my favorite as it's easy to replace and it does not really weigh anything. And this can become a little annoying at times. And for charging, there was an option that I was seeing that was pretty popular on some of the older power stations, which allowed you to charge via the USB-C cable. So it had bi-directional USB-C charging. I'm not seeing this often anymore as it's being phased out, but it's a pretty cool feature. And if this is something that's important to you, make sure you go ahead and find out. Now, I hate to say this, but it's very rare for my mobile phone not to be in my pocket. So some of these power stations have mobile applications that are really good. Others aren't that great. And in fact, some portable power stations don't have a mobile app at all. And this could be a very important factor for you, or it might not make a difference. For example, this particular power station has over 4,000 watt hours, but it doesn't have a mobile application yet. Other portable power stations have some of the best applications, and there's portable power stations out there that have a mobile application, but they're not the best. And knowing the level of control the mobile application is going to provide you is going to be key, and it can be very convenient. One of the best add-ons for a power station is going to be the solar panel. So right here I have a 400 watt solar panel, and this is going to be at 37 volts. So the voltage is super important, as well as the connectors. So if we look at this particular unit here, this has MC4 connectors that come off the panel, and then some of them include adapters. So this includes an adapter to an XD60 connector. And these XD60 connectors are my favorite as they're solid connectors. They're very easy to find, and you could even make your own cord. So I made this cord myself, and I saved myself quite a bit of money. And on certain units, the voltage will be listed right on the door. So this has the best voltage range I've ever seen, from 12 to 95 volts. However, not every unit is like this. This particular unit cannot use a solar panel over 60 volts. These two at the end have a solar input limitation of 20 to 45 volts. So knowing the solar input limitations of the power station is going to be key to staying on budget, because certain solar panels can be very, very expensive. This is the best deal I have found for a 400 watt solar panel that can work across all of these different devices, and it's got the right connector. Now, if you're like me, you're probably going to take your portable power station on at least a few road trips a year. And when you're on the road, you want to keep it charged. So you're going to need yourself a car charger. Well, not every one of these units comes with a car charger, and they're pretty slow. So they're regulated to about 120 watts, and it could take quite a few hours to go ahead and charge it up. And they oftentimes use the same exact port as a solar panel. So that might be a consideration for you depending on your use. So this one is XD60, and it would take the same exact one. Again, this one doesn't come with it. This one did come with it, and I would use that same solar port. The two on the end here do not use this. They can use it, but if the unit has over 25% charge, it's going to be very slow. Instead, they included in a monster 30 amp charger with the kit and all the wiring that you need. It takes about an hour to install, and the best thing is it comes with an on and off switch, so you can control it and only charge it when you want to. Again, devices like this sometimes run on the market for about $300-400 by themselves, and then you have to go and figure out how they work with the unit. This one doesn't have that issue, and it's ultra easy. Again, I'll have an install video for this. If you're planning on using it in your RV or camper van, this is something I highly recommend. Now, portable power stations have become very popular because of the output. that they have from their alternating current plugs. However, not everybody needs alternating current. Some users might be happier with the increased DC power output, and some power stations just don't have it. For example, this only has one plug. This has one plug and two barrel connectors, but they're limited, and depending on your use, you might be looking for more DC power. Well, these two units on the right here have something very unique. They have an Anderson 120 connector right here. And this allows you to go ahead and tap into 120 amps of DC power. So basically you can go and power up all your DC devices in your RV, in your camper van, on the go, and it makes it very easy to set up. So really you need to know what's your final use, and then you can determine which portable power station is right for you. So the very first time I used a portable power station was about 3 years ago, and I was building myself a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, and I decided to go and build my own batteries because they were selling 100 amp hour batteries for about $1,000, and I needed about 11 of them. Everything in my Sprinter was electric. But lately I am really impressed with what's being offered in these portable power stations, and not all of them are the same. So these batteries right here, for example, this is a LiFePole battery, lithium iron phosphate battery, and these are really good batteries compared to what was around 3 years ago, which was going to be lithium. And I know you might be thinking, well, lithium is good. Lithium is good. It's just not going to last as long as these lithium iron phosphate batteries. And the lithium batteries lasted about 500 cycles. These last about 3,000 cycles. These are abbreviated as LiFePole, LFP, and there's some different chemistries in here as well. And these particular batteries can last 3,000 cycles, 4,500 cycles, depending on the battery chemistry. So not every one of these units is going to be the same. So for example, these two right here are going to be LFP batteries, and these are great. And these are based on a 12-volt system. So depending on your use, it might be exactly what you're looking for. This particular unit is a little unique. It has a semi-solid state LFP battery, and this is going to be the future. And last, we have this all powers unit, and this has a good battery, but it's not semi-solid state like this. This is supposed to last about 15 years, where this might only last you 10 years. And I know you're probably thinking that's a pretty long time. However, these are not a very small investment, so I want to make sure you guys have the right information. So make sure you guys take all this into account before you make your final decision. And check this out, even on a day where the sun is almost down, I'm in the shade here recording this video. And yes, I do put a lot of time and effort into these videos. So if you guys are liking this, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up. The solar panel is still getting 11 watts. And you might be thinking, well, 11 watts is really nothing. It's enough to go ahead and charge my phone. And I'm not in sunlight. I'm actually in the shade 100%. So solar arrays are great when they are optimized in direct sunlight. However, they still do work if they're in the shade. They just don't work as well. So portable power stations are a really big business, and they have a lot of marketing geniuses, and they are constantly adding features. Not every feature that they add is something that you want. So I have been seeing a lot more portable power stations advertise a power boost mode, and I actually hate this feature. You could damage sensitive electronics, such as computers, if you go ahead and activate this. So the simple solution to this is don't activate a feature called power boost, and don't fall for any gimmicks. Now let's talk about category 1 users, and these are going to be the goers. Now the goers are a happy bunch of people. They like to go ahead and grab their unit. They want to charge it ultra fast before they hit the road, and they want to be able to experience the use of their devices, but they don't need too much power. So if you're a goer, comment down below, as I think you guys are a happy bunch of people. So let me tell you guys what I think these users would benefit from. So for the goers, I have 3 different units that I recommend. The very first is going to be the all powers R1500. Now this is going to be the most powerful unit in this category, and it's a little bit in the niche range as far as watt hours, as it's over 1,000, but it's priced like a 1,000 watt hour unit. And it has these two nice wireless chargers up top. It has USB-C power delivery at 100 watts. So if you're going to hit the road and you want to take your laptop with you, you don't need to bring the charger, as this can go ahead and charge your laptop, no problems. Additionally, the charging option on this is really nice. It can charge from 0 to 80% in less than 40 minutes, just using a regular computer cord. Now there's two other devices that I recommend in the subcategory. One of them is going to be the Anker C800 Plus. The C800 Plus has these really nice torches that can go ahead and really add to the camping experience, but it is limited by the watt hour range at only 768. You can get the bigger brother of the C800 Plus, which is going to be the C1000, and the C1000 has that added capacity, but it doesn't have any sort of torchlight attachments. However, the best bang for your dollar might be the all-powers unit here. The only thing that it lacks is going to be a light and a car charger. I'll leave you guys a link to a car charger, and they're pretty inexpensive at around $10. Category 2 users are going to be DIY home backup power people like myself. So I like to use my portable power station a lot. So I have it connected to my house, and when the power goes out, I have electricity for the key devices that I need powered. And once in a while, I do like to hit the road, so it does need to be able to be charged on the road. And let me show you guys the solution to that. So this is the Datsun DBS 2100 Pro. It features a semi-solid state battery here, and it is over 2,000 watt hours. And what I really like about the unit is going to be the app. So it allows me to control discharge and recharge times, and it's a very solid unit. It has a crazy amount of output. It even features an RV plug, so it's got more power than my standard household plug, and I really like this unit. There's really nothing this unit lacks. It has the light, has a little bit more DC power than the all powers unit that I showed, but it's not gonna go and be the perfect solution to a camper van. As for camper vans, you really do need a lot more DC power than 20 or 30 amps. And overall, I cannot say enough good things about this Datsun DBS unit, and I'll show you guys my setup. And this is my home backup power solution, and this is fully automated. There's no breakers or switches to worry about, no diesel generators to turn on. If the power cuts out, it will automatically supply power to the circuits. Now my refrigerators, lights, internet, and garage door opener will always work. I don't have to worry about my food spoiling, and it's all done with this particular unit. And this is the Datsun unit. And again, when the power does turn back on, it will start resuming charge, and there's not much to worry about. And originally I was going to go with something like this. So I had an inverter. I have a few batteries down here, some networking devices for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and a solar charge controller. Then I realized the inverter is not as good as the one that was in here. This was complicated. I had to run a whole bunch of wires. And honestly, this is so much easier. And my setup is very easy. It took me about an hour to do. And initially, I did not have this DBS unit. So you can do home backup power for less than $600. And I'll leave you guys a video on how I did that from start to finish. And when I do want to hit the road with my Datsun unit here, it only takes about 2 minutes. And what makes this particular unit even better is the hybrid use. Let's just say you're going to go on a camping trip and you want to take this with you, but now you don't want to be without power. So all you have to do is unplug from the unit, plug straight back into the wall, and it takes about 2 minutes to do and undo. And I can now hit the road with my portable power station, and I still got power at the house. It doesn't get any better. One of my favorite features that can only be found on this Datsun unit is going to be the auto reset for the AC ports and the Wi-Fi. So if ever this unit is overloaded and it shuts down the AC ports, within 5 seconds, it'll go through and trigger them back on. And now I don't have to be worried about my food going bad. And the same is true for the Wi-Fi connection. It'll automatically re-engage Wi-Fi, connect to the network, and now I can go ahead and control my home backup power from anywhere in the world. And I wish every portable power station had auto reset for Wi-Fi and AC plugs. Category 3 users, these are the people that are vehicle bound. So they like to hit the road more than the usual amount, or they live permanently in the camper van or their RV, and they want the best experience as far as DC power. Most devices on camper vans and RVs work off DC. So that is really key. Now let me give you guys some recommendations in this category. So for users that are gonna be in their vehicles a lot, I cannot think of a better setup than these Convolt units, as they feature that Anderson 120 plug. So all I need to do is go ahead and tap right into here, and then take the other end and go straight to my junction box, and now I can power up a lot of DC loads without really having to worry about my DC power output. Additionally, they give me my alternating current output here, and this is a 12-volt system, so it is ultra efficient. If I have solar panels on the vehicle, I can go ahead and input right into here, and I can charge from the car at the same time. The other thing that's really nice about using a portable power station in a vehicle compared to going and getting the batteries, the inverter, the ATS, which is the automatic transfer switch, and all the other pieces that you need, is I can plug this straight into shore power, and now I can go and recharge the unit. And I like to only use one of these chargers at a time, as when you have them both connected, you're really recharging the unit pretty fast. And as a pro tip, whether you're using this unit or one of these units, always choose the slower settings, as the batteries are going to last longer. You do not want to hypercharge the device unless you really need to go and hit the road right away. And what I do with the second power brick is I leave that at the house. So I have one in the car, one at the house, and I don't have to lug this around anymore. So now portability is definitely easy, and this has a lot of great options for DC power inputs and outputs. And these are 14.4 outputs or inputs. And again, this is basically gonna be 4 times more powerful than that unit, but it's almost the same size. It does weigh more, but if you're looking for increased capacity, I don't think you can beat this. And they do make a smaller version at 3 kilowatts. So depending on your budget or your setup, you can choose the right unit for you. I do have to say the 4 kilowatt unit is priced almost the same as the 3 kilowatt system currently. So if you're watching this video, check the links down below and compare the prices for yourself. And I'll have a special coupon code. So great unit, very portable. And the nice thing with this unit is the fact that this is completely serviceable. It's an aluminum case. If I ever need to make any upgrades in the future, I can easily open this up, and it feels very solid. If you guys are enjoying the content, do not forget to give the video a thumbs up, as we really put a lot of time and energy into the videos. Kids, do you guys want to add anything about portable power stations?
Last year we had power outages, and these portable power stations saved the day.
I like these power stations because I can charge my electronics super fast on these whenever I'm camping.
From what you guys have learned in the video so far, let me know what category you fall into and what you've learned from this video. Are you a goer, a DIY home backup power solution seeker, or are you vehicle bound? Do you guys know what the #1 reason why people upgrade their portable power stations is, or why they have 2 or 3 of them? If you guys are thinking it's because they probably don't have enough power, you are 100% correct. I want you to not upgrade anymore. Instead, just increase the capacity. And this is very, very easy to do, and it's not expensive. You could actually do it for about 1/4 the cost of what the manufacturers are charging you by just doing it yourself. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Hey friends, I promised that I would show you guys a hack on how to increase your watt-hour capacity without having to buy a new portable power station. You don't have to go spend hundreds of dollars for no reason just for a measly 500 more watt hours. Instead, you can get yourself 1,280 more watt hours by just using a simple hack I'm about to show you guys. And the best part is there's no efficiency loss if done the right way. So check out this Golden Made battery. And these come from a lot of different makes. And this is a 100 amp hour battery. And yes, it has 1,280 watt hours. That is a lot of power. This actually has more power than that unit at the end. However, this costs between $125 to $150 depending on where you buy it, when you buy it, depending on the make you buy. So buy any make that fits within your budget. And all you need to do is get yourself some alligator plugs or terminal rings if you want to go high tech. And on the other end, get an XD60 connector. And depending on the unit, you can just tap this straight into the unit. So for example, on this all powers unit, I can more than double the capacity by going straight into here, because the DC power has to be between 12 to 90 volts. It's actually 11 point something, but they put 12 on the door. On other units, like the Convolt unit here, I would have to get 2 of those batteries and then run them in series and then go straight into here. Then I would essentially have close to a 5 kilowatt system without breaking the bank. So if you guys are looking for an easy way of upgrading your watt hours, this is it. I have seen people talk about step-up inverters or converters, and I really don't like those, as you're losing efficiency. And from the times I have used them, they all broke within a year. So if you don't want any efficiency loss, go ahead and just use this setup. And if your portable power station needs a higher input, go ahead and just get 2 batteries instead. And you can get yourself 2 50 amp hour batteries and just run them in series, and they're still not going to break the bank. I hope that helps you guys out a little bit. If you have any questions about this, or you want to see me make a full video, please let me know in the comment box down below, as I love to give you guys exactly what you asked for, and I appreciate your comments. And buying a portable power station that has a good inverter and just going with the method of adding on batteries is so much better, guys. It's so much easier to carry. I hate having to lug around a heavy portable power stations, especially when you put it in the car. This makes it super convenient, and with the right connectors, this would just take a few minutes to set up. As a pro tip, when you're using a portable power station, always try to stay with the DC power output versus using the sine wave inverters here, as it takes about 1% per hour to use the inverter. So after 24 hours, if you looked at the same unit without any load, it would be down to about 76%, and that is definitely a lot of loss. And the only exception to this might be these Convolt units, as these are based on a 12 volt system. So not only do they pack a lot of power, but these might be the most efficient DC portable power stations in the world. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything in this video that I did not mention that you feel that is important, please let me know down below, as I would love to incorporate it into another video. And as always, make it a great day.